Hi, this is Zak Mir with the US Chartbreakers here at Zak's Traders Cafe for Sunday, the 9th of July. Starting off with the S&P 500 and a bit of a double top, bull trap double top there at the gap down that we've had during the week, right on that resistance line target that we had previously, which was used to be around 43.60. Now it's up to 43.80, so that's one potential support. But the way things are with the bearish divergence and that bull trap double top, we've got to factor in that the recent low 43.28 could be retested or might need to be retested. Worst case scenario at the moment down to the 50-day line 42.50, but ideally we stay above that 43.28 level. On the upside, probably need to clear the 44.30 zone on an end of day close basis to open up the possibility of a fresh leg to the upside, and 47.20, which obviously seems a long way away at the moment. At this stage, probably wouldn't be sooner than the end of August if we get it at all. Moving on to the stocks, and the first stock got off here with a bang, was clearly covered it during the week for the first time. Caribou pushed ahead with its unfilled gap to the upside through the 200-day moving average, around $6.70 above that 200-day line, looking for $8 initially as soon as the end of this month. Big picture target maybe by the end of next month up to $10.60 at a rather steep December resistance line projection. But the key here is holding above that 200-day line. New stock here coming up in the form of Castle, Biosciences, and here we've got Bear Trap Island reversal, so gapping down there at the end of last month and gapping up quite viciously on Friday above the 50-day line at 1890, looking for at least the 200-day moving average 2250. Best case scenario target over the next 1 to 2 months as high as 2930 at that April resistance line projection. In terms of the stop loss, ideally it stays above the 50-day line, but might have to risk down to the $17.80 to $18 area as a worst case, as the shares may want to fill the bottom of the gap there, around $17.87. On to one of the most frequent flyers here at the US Chartbreakers. It is Carvana, and I suppose there is a message in that. Beautiful U-shaped reversal that we've had since September. Unfilled gap to the upside and a rising bull flag here for this market. The old target there around 23.80 now becoming new support, and above that looking for as high as $35 by the end of next month, and if we're lucky, I suppose, by the end of this month. On to Cleanspark, which is again another frequent flyer here on the chart breakers, and beautiful breakout to end the week. We hit one of our targets, so the first target there around $5.70, and above that looking for a fresh leg to the upside, hence the inclusion today as high as $9 by the end of next month. This stage only well below recent multi-failed resistance that we had around $5 would really delay the upside scenario. On to FuboTV, which has appeared here a couple of times before. I think situation here looking encouraging in the sense that we'll hopefully see this market break through the 200-day line. Has been above the 200-day line for more than a year. It looks like it wants to do that now. That's around $2.30 above that. We're looking for up to $3.60 by the end of next month. And ideally, the shares remain above the 50-day line currently at $1.80. We haven't been below that since we gapped through it back at the beginning of May. So that's a pretty strong looking setup there, over and above the 2 bounces or 3 bounces off RSI 50 that we've had. They tend to be continuation signals. A stock which probably doesn't win any prizes for being an easy charting situation is Gorilla Technology. Absolutely amazing and horrific gaps up and gaps down. So obviously this is not for widows and orphans, but at least while we're above Friday's low at $3.36 on an end of day close basis, we're looking for the shares to head towards that 200-day moving average around $6.80 by the end of next month, and perhaps even sooner. Nice RSI consolidation above the neutral 50, 2 or 3 little bumps above that suggests that there is some pent-up energy in terms of the momentum, and obviously the whole pattern here from the end of March is a bear trap island reversal. On to a rather more well-known situation, Halliburton, and here we've got the stock breaking through the 200-day moving average with quite a bang after the bear trap that we had below the 50-day line at the end of last month. The view now is that while we're above this rising 200-day line, 34.20, looking for as high as $42 at the top of that rising trend channel from September, as soon as the end of next month, which would be quite a coup for the bulls. Stock which is starting to give off Tesla type vibes in terms of its ascent over the recent past. Unfilled gap, two unfilled gaps to the upside now in the recent past, and pushing through that 200-day line at $20.70 as if it wasn't there, which is very impressive. We had an initial target here at $18, then second target up to $26.80. And if you're a fan of the shares, you're probably looking for as high as $38.80 by the end of next month. So looking very strong indeed on Rivian at the moment. Down to the last three. First one is Riot Platforms, which is also a stock which we look at a lot here. It's a decent signal. You probably just tot up the most common stocks here and back those. But here we've got the shares hitting that target there from a May resistance line projection around $15 from last year. Next target here is high as $22 at the another May resistance line from last year. So let's see if the shares can hold above the $15 area. That was the old April resistance as well, and head up to the $22 mark over the next 4 to 6 weeks or so. Another big name on the roster is Schlumberger. Here you can see that we've broken a resistance line there from the beginning of the year, which is pretty significant, $49. We've also broken above a sharply rising 200-day moving average. You don't normally see them rising as sharply as that. That's around 49.60, and above 49.60 looking for the stock to hit the top of that rising trend channel from May last year as high as the $64 mark by the end of next month. So the key here is staying above that 200-day line at $49.70. Finishing off with another new name, which is looking quite encouraging. As we said, the metals company. Here we've got a Rivian type move, double gaps to the upside in the recent past, and the shares hitting the top of that trend channel from June last year, around $1.80. Above $1.80, we're looking for fresh leg to the upside and as high as a March 2022 resistance line projection, $3.80 by the end of next month. And the way things are going, we could see that happen by the end of this month. That's it for me today. More updates during the week.